Okay, Stromboli bread, part one. Making the dough. You could buy dough. If you buy the dough, make sure it's room temperature before you use it. You'll need measuring spoons, liquid measure, dry measuring cups, salt, sugar, flour. I use gold medal, unbleached. Oil. You can use extra virgin olive oil, or you can use canola oil. I use them either or. Okay, I'm doing a double batch. So first I'm going to get my yeast ready. I use Red Star Quick Rise yeast. You can get Fleischmann's makes one. You can get them in the package so you don't have to measure them out, but I use a lot of it. So that's why I get it by the jar. So I'm making a double batch, so I'm going to use 2 teaspoons and 1/4. We'll do one batch, but I said I'm going to be making a double batch, so that would be like 2 packages if you just get the package. So then I put 4.5. 4 teaspoons on 2. Because I did 2 1/4 and 2 1/4, that makes 4.5. And now you have to use hot water into the yeast. You would put 1/4 cup for one batch of dough, but I'm going to put 1/2 cup of water right now. So you're going to put hot water. I think it has to be like 110 degrees. I'll write that down for you. I'm not sure. I don't take the temperature. I just make sure it's hot. It's supposed to be very, very warm. You mix it up, and then you have to let it poof. So you only put 1 teaspoon of sugar. If you're doing the one batch, 1/2 teaspoon of sugar, but I'm doing the double batch, so it's 1/2 cup of water, 1 teaspoon of sugar. So you're gonna stir it up. In about 5-10 minutes, this should, I call it poof because it will make all kinds of bubbles. You'll see. I'm going to leave that there. Now I'm going to get my flour ready. You need 2.5 cups for one batch, but like I said, I'm doing double, so I'm going to use 5 cups. Dry measure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Scoop out so I can put the liquid in there. Okay, I'm going to wait about 5 minutes, between 5 and 10 minutes, for this to be ready. Put the spoon in there, and I need it to stir it. All right, I'll be back in 5 minutes. Okay, so this is what it looks like after it proofs. Or proofs. I call it poofs because it's like poofy, see? Okay, then you have to add another teaspoon of sugar, which again, if you're making the half, it's another half a spoon of sugar. Half a teaspoon of sugar. 2 teaspoons of salt. I usually do this over my sink. Okay, 1. See why I usually do it over my sink. I don't want to get it over my table, but whatever. Okay, 1, 2. Which, again, you would only need 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of sugar, which you would put in 2 halves if you're making a single batch. Then you need the oil. 1, 2, 3, 4 tablespoons. You can use canola, you can use olive oil, extra virgin olive oil. I guess you could use vegetable oil, whatever you have in. I never buy that, so I don't know. All right. Take your spoon, stir it up. So I had only put a half of cup of water, and you need a whole cup for 2 1/4 cups of flour for a single batch, or you need 2 cups for the double batch that I'm doing. I mean, I'll make 3 loaves of bread with this, or you can make 2 big loaves, or sometimes I'll make 1 pizza and 2 breads. I might do that tonight if my son wants it. I don't know. All right. So now I'm going to take my measuring cup and I'm going to put the other cup and a half of water. I'm going to put like hot water. And that's a little bit too much. It should be right on the line. Adding in another 1 1/2 cups. I'm going to stir it. This is called a quick pizza dough recipe. My sister gave it to me. She got it from her sister-in-law. It's quick and easy. Some of it went flying. Alright, so after you stir it and it's thick, now comes the fun part. Make sure your hands are clean, because I cleaned my hands. Roll up my sleeves. And now you're going to knead it. See? Knead it. Try to keep it in the bowl. This is kneading it. Sometimes if you notice it's too sticky, I have to add a little bit more flour. But this isn't too bad. This is perfect. So I'm going to keep kneading it until it's like dough. So it's a little sticky on the inside, but I still have flour here. Supposed to knead it for a couple of minutes. Now you see, this is too sticky for me. See what I mean? Sticky. Shouldn't be that sticky. So I'm just gonna take a little more flour. I'd normally get somebody to help me with that. There. So, to get all the dough off your hands, you just put a little flour, see, and you rub your hands together. Much better. I think it's been a few minutes. So, after you're done kneading it, making it the right consistency, it should be just like this. See? See that, Tammy? A little bit more. All right. Okay, so now my hands are clean. The dough is good. So you're going to take the dough and just roll it into a ball. You can always keep kneading it. Still a little sticky, but that's a little sticky is all right. You don't want it too sticky. You certainly don't want it too dry. So now I'm going to take this little leftover flour, put some flour in there, some flour on top. And I'm going to take clear plastic wrap and put it on top. After I wash my hands. Stretch tight, cling wrap, stretch tight. I think that's the Costco brand. Gail, you probably have that. Put this little piece in there too. Cover it tight. And now you wait. See what a little bit is in there? Can you see it good? Let's see. Now I'm going to let it rise. I stick it in my microwave, shut the door, and just let it sit for about 45 minutes to maybe an hour or longer. Okay, so this is what it looks like after a couple of hours. 1 hour, it was already risen. So, 45 minutes, the least amount of time. Hour is good, or you could leave it longer. So, just gonna knead it a little bit. Put some flour on the table so it doesn't stick. I'm going to take it and I'm going to try to make it into 3 equal sections. This little piece seemed bigger, so see, 3, sort of even. This one still seems a little small. Yeah. There. right. Okay, got rid of the easy listen music. Put on some jazz. Oh, and I got my rolling pin. I got my cold cuts out. See, I got a half a pound of mozzarella that I grated. Oh no. Okay. I try to make it square for the bread. More like a rectangle. This side's thicker. This side's thinner, so I try to make it more even. Okay. That's better. Usually have my pan here so I could see how long and or wide I want to make it. Actually, I'm going to put 3 on my one big cookie sheet. So I want it a little bit bigger. Doesn't seem to be stretching that well. But that should do it. Okay. So after it's rolled out, I just take cold cuts. I don't want to sit. I'll take a picture of the bread. This one I'm going to put ham, salami, and cheese. Put it almost to the edge. One of these are going to be the center. I think I'm going to leave that the center because it's not straight. This looks better to use for the closing. I'm going to put more ham. There. Salami. This is Black Bear Genoa. Just okay. Provolone. This is the smelly kind. I got the Bella Giocio. Sharp. This is pretty much packed a lot for me. You pack it too much, they tend to burst open. But, okay. So after you have everything, cheese in there, the meat, we're gonna fold it. I usually start like that. Just fold it over, and then one fold. I try to get that flour off. Two fold, and just like that. Make sure it's loose, because if you do it too tight, just close over like that. And, oh, there's the bread. Did you see? I hope I was able to see that. I was watching what I was doing. Okay. I'll do another one. I'll have everything ready and we'll just roll it up. Okay. So, I don't think you could see me roll that other one. There we go. Here is one that I already put everything on. Made this one a little bit smaller because it didn't fit on my pan. The other one, I had to take out another pan, so now I'm going to use the 2 pans. So again, this is, you have to, I don't think you saw the other one, so you got to just fold it. Easy. I just fold this over in like that. Same thing here. Each side, I'm going to fold it in. Alright. See? It's a little smaller here. Oh well. Yeah. Anyway, then you're just gonna lift it lightly. We're just folding it over. Folding it over. And then we're gonna fold it over again. Like that. I'm gonna leave that at the top. Now what I do is I put parchment paper on my pan, and then I put oil on it also, just so it browns. So there we go. This one fits better. Okay. So I have oil in the pan, well, on my parchment paper. And then what I do too is I put some oil on top of it as well. Take my brush, it's the olive oil. You should really just, you could do an egg wash. It gets egg white, or maybe just an egg mixed with oil. That would make it shiny and hard. This will just make sure that it browns. Sometimes it doesn't brown. So, you see? Still a little shine there. Let's see. There we go. Now you see it. I hope Eric edits this well for me. Alright, so also what I do, take a knife and I cut slits in it to let the air out. I put a hole over here in the center, and then just cut it through. Not all the way to the bottom though. And nope. Okay. Here we go. So you see, I cut slits and put a little hole there in the center. Can you see that? It's hard. Alright. Okay, and here's another one. I have somebody holding my tablet so you could hopefully see better. I'm going to fold it over. This one I just loaded with provolone, salami, and mutts. Oh, I made some extra mutts. I think it was enough. And the last one I put pepperoni, ham, and cheeses. I did not put any salami in that one. So, alright. And then you're just gonna, again, fold. Easy. Leave like so air gets in there. That's it. Alright, so bring my pan over. you can see it now. I'll pull it back more. So put a little oil down on the pan that is lined with parchment paper. This way it browns. Put it that way. Alright. This one I'm going to put an X in it, so I know the difference. The other one I put the circle. Yeah, I usually put the oil first. Brush the oil. So the oil just makes it brown. Alright. Just cuts so it airs to let the steam out. Otherwise they burst open. They might burst open a little bit anyway, because I put a lot of stuff in some of them. And that's it. And then you're just gonna bake it in the oven, 425 for about 20 minutes. Gotta look at it and see if it's golden brown, then you can take it out. If it's not, you want a little longer, you can cook it a little longer, or you can cook a little less if you're gonna reheat it. You can maybe only cook it for 15 minutes. Alright. Okay, so now here is the finished product. That was the first one I did. And those are the other two. See how this one opened up a little bit? I should see it if I went that way. I don't know, but they look good. I took them out after 20 minutes, probably 25 minutes, because you do want them a little browner, but I'm not eating them tonight, so, okay, bon appetit.